Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video on Umamusume, we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming support card banner here. That's going to be including the reruns of Odicap, SSR Power, as well as Nice Nature SSR Wit card. Now these are both cards that have already come out, so these cards have already existed out in the pool, and so you've probably already heard a lot about Nice Nature as how good she's going to be in Make a New Track, but we're going to take a look at both of these cards, the Odicap one first as well as Nice Nature, to kind of help you decide on whether or not you're going to want to pull on this banner for either of these cards. But first we're going to go ahead and take a look at Odicap here. And so right off the bat, if you're familiar with this card, the main thing, if you've used it in the past, would have been on probably Cancer Cup. And that's because that was fairly early on in the game. And she was one of your options for getting Furious Feet if you were not using Vodka. I think it's Vodka who has it built in. And so I know a lot of others, myself included, used this card regardless of the dupes, just so we could get Furious Feet for a gambling late surger on Cancer Cup. But when pulling on this banner, if you're wanting to push it to max limit break, she has on her unique power training as well as initial power. She also has power bonus here, so when you're using her, you're getting a lot of power bonus off the card. But a big negative is she's only got friendship bonus 20%, which is fairly weak, especially when you compare her to other big hitters like Vodka or even some of the SR cards. And then when you have hint levels 2 and hint frequency 40%, she has a crap ton of hints. You can kind of think of her like the gold ship card. It's very hard to use her as a card where you target very specific skills. Like, for example, she does have groundwork, which is good, but good luck getting it off this card. Anybody that was grinding groundwork before Smart Falcon got it built into her chain event knows the pain of using either this card or even the Air Groove Guts card to get groundwork. And then being hint level 2 means you're not maxing out the skill as soon as you get it, meaning you can get a repeat of the same skill. There are some cards out there that will have a lot of skills, but all the skills are fairly good, and then the hint maxes out that skill so you can slowly whittle it down. You can't do that with this card. Initial friendship gauge, mood effect, nothing too crazy there, special priority, and training effectiveness 10. One thing you're seeing probably missing here that you know that you're going to want a lot of for making a new track is race bonus. So with no race bonus on her, she's pretty much dead in the water for making a new track in that respect. And so with that, this is just an outright bad card. And I would even say if you're wanting to get Furious Feet, the Guts Grass Wonder is going to be much better, even in making a new track, because she at least has race bonus. And there's a Guts build that you can do in Make a New Track. Now, I'm not saying she's a good card for the Guts build, but if you really want to have Furious Feet, she's probably going to be your better bet in that respect. So, you're not going to want to pull over her. The card, everybody, if you're going to pull in this banner, the card you are pulling for is going to be Make a New Track powerhouse that is Nice Nature Wit, because of one solid thing. Not only is she a very good stat stick on Wit, just below Fine Motion at this point, she has 15% race bonus. And as you can see everywhere else, she's got fairly decent stat stick, friendship bonus of 25%. You get Wit bonus 2 from the unique and down here. Now you do need to MLB her. If you do not MLB her at limit break 3, you're only getting 10 race bonus. You're losing 5. Some of the Umas, they incremented up slowly to that 15%. But she is a straight from 5 to 10. So you really want to MLB her to take full advantage of her. Now, you can make 3 limit break work because 10% is still fine. But at that point, you might as well just go ahead and push it to limit break 4, whether you have to use a crystal or not. And so we kind of go down through her skills. Now, her skills all around suck. I mean, there's nothing too crazy there, so you really don't need to worry about the hint level 1, hint frequency 20. Doesn't really matter, because there's really nothing in here that you're really going to care about anyway. But she does have your on your left, so very good gambling skill for your late surgers. It will be getting buffed in the future. Right now we're looking at the buff version. Right now it's a gamble on the entire late race, but it gets buffed to be the first half of the late race. So this will be better in the future. And as you can see, there really isn't too many other options for it. The next one being a stamina card. And typically, wit cards you're going to be using more universally than stamina cards. So she can kind of hold her value in that respect. But after making new track, she does fall off in the respect that there are other wit cards that can basically power creep her to a certain extent, depending on your needs. And yeah, that's pretty much it for race bonus there. Now, when it comes to actually taking a look at your opportunity cost, because like I said, you're going to want to MLB her. And she is in that situation of there being a lot of stuff around her that is going to be very useful as well. Of course, she's coming alongside Tamamo Cross, which is a fan favorite Uma that a lot of people go on a poll. You have TM Opera O New Year's, which is a pretty good inherit. You have Speed Fuku, which is also going to be a very strong card in Make a New Track. Although I would say she falls off harder than Nice Nature. If you had to choose MLB between the two, I would MLB Nice Nature before I MLB her. Just for the simple fact, this one has that longevity with on your left if you ever need it. While she can be useful in the future, there are just outright better speed cards than her that you can use. But when we look going into just wit cards in general, if you're needing a wit card, Fine Motion is not that far off. Fine Motion will be dropping right before the NTR banner and Make a New Track. And if you had to choose between the two, I would take this banner. One, Fine Motion is a better stat stick. She has better skills, right-handed fall runner. She has the Pace Chaser Speed Star skill. But then she's also paired with Kawakami Princess Speed. And so if you're like a free-to-play that has very limited carrots, this could potentially be a good banner just to, if you pull a lot, to MLB both Fine Motion and this card potentially. And the nice thing is, she's a speed card that has race bonus 10%. And while there are other strong ones, I'm not saying this is like a super good one, it is usable. She is going to be a very good Team Trials one because she has a super cheap gold when you're just trying to throw anything on there. You probably have noticed this is a lot of the top Team Trial aces have her as the borrow because they didn't pull for the card, but they are borrowing her just for the cheap skill. So not too bad if you pull there. And as well as you have a lot of other good stuff coming out around that time frame. You have Mihono Bourbon Valentine's, a very good pickup for frontrunners. Of course, Kita-san Black. You have Admire Vega NTR banner. And then, I mean, as you go down, Sane Sky. I don't want to go down the list, but there's a lot of big stuff that'll be coming up later that your pulls may be better for. But Nice Nature is a nice wit card. If you really love late surgers, I could see this being a good pickup. You will get a little bit longer term value out of her. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Nice Nature card. And the nice thing is, since she's already run, you may be in that situation too, where you've maybe picked up a couple copies. Maybe you picked up like Limit Break 1 Nice Nature when you hold for Kita-san Black MLB on rerun. That might incentivize this one more so than Fine Motion, where you might have no copies of her. So it'll really come down to your deck. Just know, solid card, 15% race bonus, very strong for Make a New Track. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, and if you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.